Should I become an executor of an estate? This is a question I get asked quite frequently. Say your friend or family member has asked you to become an executor of an estate. It's a huge compliment that they trust you enough to handle their final wishes and distribute their assets through their will. But before you blindly accept this responsibility, you need to make sure you understand what your duties will be. Some of your duties include probating the will and filing all the legal documentation. This means you'll have to hire an attorney as well as go to court to get the will probated. You'll need to obtain an employer identification number from the IRS. You'll need to locate and value all of the assets. This includes making a list of all the assets, including bank accounts, retirement accounts, any property, and any type of assets the individual may have, as well as valuing all of these. In some cases, this means you'll have to get appraisals. You'll also need to notify life insurance companies and collect the funds from the life insurance. You'll need to collect any monies that are due to the deceased. This may be their last paycheck, this may be retirement accounts, or any other sources of income they may have. You'll also have to maintain their investment accounts or their business. If they own a business, you'll have to make sure the business is being run, and you'll have to manage the liquidation and or the selling of the business. You'll have to pay the debts of the deceased. This includes medical debts. This includes living expenses, any debt they may have, as well as any taxes. You'll also have to make sure their final tax return, as well as an estate return, if required, is filed and the taxes are paid. You'll have to distribute the assets to the heirs. This means deciding which assets and go to which heirs if it's not specifically requested in the will. You may also have to help resolve family disputes. So in most cases, these are fairly easy responsibilities to carry out. It's all laid out in the will and there's no disputes. However, in some instances, there are reasons you may want to decline. Say the person is unwilling to share their will with you before you agree to be the executor, or they won't share the details of the will. This can be a reason why you may choose to decline being the executor. Maybe the will is a little more complex than what you're comfortable handling. Maybe there are some issues inside the will that you don't feel like you have the knowledge to deal with. Maybe the distribution of the assets in the will are unequal, or maybe an heir is disinherited. This could lead to disputes and court battles, and you may not be willing to take this on. Maybe the person just isn't organized, and you're gonna have to spend an extensive amount of time gathering information, hunting down assets, valuing these assets, and locating heirs. Again, this may be a reason for you not to choose to be an executor. In all cases, if you agree to be the executor of a will, you want to make sure that you understand your duties and are willing to take them on. You also want to make sure that you hire an attorney as well as an accountant to help you along the process, because it can be a very extensive and complicated process. And you want to make sure you protect yourself, the beneficiaries, and the assets of the heir.